Wonderful Eden Gardens for the second McDowell Test match. At Ahmedabad, you saw a fairly fierce debate between two of our commentators about the outcome of that match. Well, here in Calcutta's early morning mist, as you can see, the game is still getting to them.
Well, this is Calcutta for you. Typical hazy morning. Fantastic venue for cricket. Easily one of the best cricket grounds in the world. Home team India, my team, 1-0 up. Could they make it 2-0? I think they will.
Out in the middle with the two captains and match referee John Reed.
Home captain Costa. Cricket is scored. Heads is scored. Here's it.
Can't see. 1-1 at last.
Eventually, yeah, we're going to have a bat. Looks a good surface, and you know, we're obviously very keen to win this one. So we really want to play well. We're very keen. So it's a good start for us to win the toss, and just got to score some runs now.
Two debuts there for South Africa, Lance Klusner and Herschel Gibbs. Both had pretty good warm-up matches. For India, Rahul Dravid will open the bowling, will open the batting rather. Big game for Ganguly. First ball coming up. Let's join David Hooks and Ravi Shastri.
Thank you very much, Hasi, yes, and a welcome to a noisy Eden Gardens. Not a full house, but the atmosphere is fabulous, as one would expect at one of the great cricket stadiums in the world. The
Batting for India.
Well, the first genuine excitement for the day, and driving to the left, and Ganguly unable to grasp a pretty difficult and quick chance. And out again towards third slip. So Laxman diving high and wide to his left, no chance, but luck's the fortune for the two South African opening batsmen early in this test match.
So the slip cotton is being tickled here. Again, this one in the air.
And the first forceful shot going towards point. And Prasad just throwing short and outside off stump. It may have enough legs on it to get to the boundary. And drops. So Mongia. This is driven, and it's through. The poor fielding in the covers, and as a result, 4 runs that might not have been.
Well, that kind of effort shows you the...
Round the wicket. Beautiful shot. Classic cover drive.
And 4 written all over it as soon as it left the face of the bat. Well, this is the shot of the day so far. Magnificent cover drive from Gary Cook past the keeper and into the fence for 4. So runs coming thick and fast for the South Africans after lunch.
It's straight back past the stumps at the bowler's end. Nicely timed shot. Tendulkar's chasing hard, but he's going to lose out. Homer. Very fast the outfield. The grass is mown pretty short. Spectacular.
He's bowling. Just what India wanted after tea. The wicket of Gary Kirsten.
Player. Now he plays it on the front foot. Results the same. I might have to change my opinion of the previous delivery. This ball swung. It's hard for him to come back to his right-hand side. And India will be very, very pleased to see the back of Andrew Hudson. And at last they've got something more to cheer about. South Africa 296 for 2 now.
That is a beautiful shot. As good as any you'll see today. There he'll run his rather slow feet. Can't get to the ball in time. Brings up 300 for South Africa.
Well, he's got that one away for 4 runs. Well, this is 4 runs. Just over pitched there by Kumble and around Midland leg, and it's whipped away square on the onside. 4 runs, 334 for 2. Begins the last over to Cullinan. And Cullinan plays him nicely, and it's another little blocks in the field, and it's 4 more runs. Prasad just not having the athleticism.
Third man is out there, but it's beaten him for 4. Another great shot from Cullinan. That'll be 4 more, and his desperate dive. Once again, 3:55 for 3. Oh, he got the edge. This time Monge has taken it, and Hansi Konya never looked comfortable. That's some reward for Srinath. Interesting that he didn't quite celebrate. The batsman. Big shot. He's given in. It took a long time over at the umpire, BC Kule. Finally, Prasad has been rewarded. McMillan's gone 362 for 5. What a morning this is turning out to be. Left on the bag. Up goes the umpire. Finger. Prasad wasn't even a feeling. And another wicket gone. 363 for 6, South Africa. Well, I don't think that Daryl Cullinan is going to be too pleased. He's got a half a wry smile, which is perhaps the only thing that he can do, because the bowler Prasad did not even go up. It looked like, from the naked eye, it was going to miss by a long way. Let's have a look. Pitched on the middle stump and a missing leg stump. What's the bowler here? Just sort of puts his arm up his, oh no, I should appeal, but I won't. Not out. And then, how's that? Thank you very much, Mr. Umpire. 43, Cullinan, 363 for 6.
Brilliantly struck to the covers for 4.
So that's the advantage of going forward. The left-handed cover drive, always a spectacular looking shot. And it proves that it plays it very well. High back lift, not right to the pitch of the ball, but such a lovely bat swing between the two fieldsmen easily. And just raced away past the practice pitches. Another tremendous delivery from Prasad. And really, suddenly, South Africa's innings, well, certainly today, is all in tackles.
Another in-swinger to the left-hander, out to the right, just clips the pad, hardly clips the pad. Usner looking to whip it away through mid-wicket. Back goes the leg stump. Out for 10. 379 now, South Africa for 7.
And out. Great catch at first slip. Alan Donald stands here, in fact. He's waiting for the decision. He's finally got the decision by umpire Ramaswamy. What a catch at first slip. Donald doesn't think that he hit it. He's not a demonstrative character, Alan Donald. But the Indian players were pretty adamant. The umpire just stood there, waited, and then gave him out. But what a catch. And got him. Adams attempting the cut, pulls away. And 2.5 hours of cricket. South Africa has lost 8 for 89 to be 428 all out. Hudson and Kirsten put a record partnership for the first wicket, 236. A lot of boundaries in that. 300 players got a good start. Cullinan, Gibbs and Richardson, and all out for 428. And for the Indian bowlers, Prasad was the man with the figures, but Srinath bowled beautifully. Kumble chimed in as he always does. But the two fast bowlers, in an unbroken spell this morning, really broke the South Africans back. All world-class players are, and he's going to make Alan Donald paid. Donald just straying.
That's a good ball, but it's beautifully played by Val Gavin. Again, loves playing the ball off his feet, uses his wrists wonderfully. His first boundary, and India are 21 for no loss.
A fine hook shot, and that's 4 runs. been banging them in. Now Kuzma has a few words in, but he's waited. He's gone under most of them, and this one he picked up beautifully. And this is hammered away on the onside, and it's 4 runs.
He cannot afford to bowl that line on this pitch. Paul Adams, it was fine in Ahmedabad, but not here. Edged, was no third slip, and into the fence for 4. That was a half-hearted shot from Rahul Dravid, but a boundary nevertheless. It's 68 for no loss. And it will be Dravid, the man on strike. Edged, and this time he's gone. Just what South Africa wanted. They pick up their first wicket.
Well, they're not learning from the previous delivery, really, from McMillan.
Fielded by Brian McMillan. And that's T. 70 for 1, the Indians. Good start after having a fabulous day in the field. And they bowled out South Africa for 428. Who would have thought that would be possible? Seeing the overnight score when South Africa were 339 for 2. Terrific performance by Srinath and Prasad. Kumble winding up things.
Bowling! McMillan has bowled the local hero, and they can't believe it. And that is a tremendous blow for India. It's all gone wrong for South Africa today in the first 2. And obviously this pitch is to his liking, and early in his innings he gets on the back foot and hammers it through mid-off for 4.
Bowler. Beautifully bowled by Alan Donald. It set up Lakshman for that. The ball actually came back at this young man. And India has suffered a big blow, but that really was very, very good bowling from Alan Donald. Well, if anyone deserved the wicket in this post-tea spell, it's been Alan Donald. He's bowled He's bowled in, looking to leave that delivery, the ball coming off the inner edge and knocking back the off stump. South Africa picking up the first wicket of the morning. A really irritating way to get...
Field was set for the bouncer, he hit it straight back. This is a completely different batsman out there. Set it in the air. He's cleared the man at square leg who was there for the shot. Now, is this great batting or is this just a personal debate?
Nothing better than fast bowlers bowling short the batsman. Brian McMillan into Azharuddin. It's wide outside the off stump and it's hammered away to cover point for 4 more, giving him too much width, and Azharuddin in this sort of belligerent mood makes a meal of something like that, and he goes to his 50. No, he races to his 50.
It's been a blazing knock from the former India captain. He came out here on a mission, and so far he's been brilliant. 52 in just 35 deliveries, and he's still going strong. 11 boundaries in that.
Aside Kamani. They like it because it's going to be 4 more runs, but this was one of the luckier 4s. There have not been many.
That's 4. Azharuddin in full flow now. In the air, good 4. And a little bit of luck here. A run for you, and
under these circumstances, it often does. That's the second really full shot we've seen Azruddin.
Talk about over lunch.
Azruddin's played this morning.
Over the top, that's it. Another boundary, and Azruddin brings up one of the most exciting Test centuries in the history of the game, and standing applause by all and sundry, including the South Africans. And if you want to see fabulous Test match cricket and one of the great centuries of all time, then Azruddin has just provided it for you.
It's very hard to find the words to describe this innings other than brilliant. Remember, he was a sick man yesterday with a fever. That was before he got old.
There's still no mid-wicket. Caught and bowled. So the youngster claims the wicket, and the sensational innings of Mohammad Azruddin ends. The South African players congratulate Azruddin. They go to the youngster, and he will be disappointed. He came down the pitch. He tried to smack it past the bowler, but the applause that this man will get from what is a very, very big crowd at Eden Gardens. A Pat Simcox clap, and the crowd is packed in here at Eden Gardens, and they have witnessed one of the great centuries of all time in Test cricket. 109 from just 77, and 33 years of age, his 15th Test century after retiring hurt yesterday, his 4th century at Eden Gardens, and listen to that crowd. Donald running in, and that's where he'll splay it, and there is a man there to stop the two, but he's going to go for two, and a chance for a run out at both ends, and he's going to call for the third umpire. He has. Now Richardson is walking off. The South African players are walking off the ground. They believe that he's out, but the umpire has called for the third umpire, and Kumble is standing there just hoping. But here's this man again. He's already been involved in 2 run-outs, has Gibbs. Lovely throw. Very good work by Richardson. And out. So Anil Kumble's innings will come to an end. Run out for 88. Just attempting to keep the strike. He had to do that. And what a disappointing end for Kumble. He, like Azruddin, will get the applause of the South Africans. He bangs the bat, not so much in disgust. He acknowledges the applause of his opponents. And another terrific performance to follow that of Azruddin's. Kumble, the leg spinner, saying thank you to the South Africans. 88. And this big crowd again rises to Kumble.
Great comeback then by India. The last 4 wickets added 210. Mohammad Azruddin, 15th Test century, made 109. Kumble, tragically, just 12 runs short of his first. He made 88.
That's 4 runs. There's no third man. 3 slips, and if you get the angle right, then it's an easy 4 runs down. This is away, and it'll be 4 runs. It was just a slight uppy shot, but it was past the backward point and down to the boundary. The first one of the South African second innings, 13 for no wicket. Is he going to be caught here? I think he is. Backhand and a very good diving catch at short leg. And the first South African wicket is down in their second innings.
So we've seen this delivery bowled by Srinath so often in this game. Most of the times it's wrapped the batsman on the pad.
And it's a full toss and a bad ball. Maybe he's just beginning to tire a little bit now, and right in the slot for Gary Kirsten to dispatch it through cover point for 4.
Nobody at third man. Now, he's got a theory about third man, I know. Just 2 slips there. That is flying past VVS Lakshman.
Nice of Gary Kirsten to confirm what you're talking about. Left-handers make it unpleasant for many. If you're going to ban left-handers in the game of cricket, you may as well ban commentators with glasses.
That'll be 4 of them.
Shot. That was an unbelievable shot. That really raced away to the boundary off the bat of Gary Kirsten. Oh, that's smashed away for 4 runs. Mid-wicket is the area, and up goes the bat from Darryl Cullinan. It's his 50. Beautiful shot. It's racing, and it's going to win. That really was a classical shot from Gary Kirsten. Brings up the 150.
Very much a shot of a man in form. The back foot not as far across as it might be earlier in the innings, but he's seeing the ball like a football.
And this is going to be 4 more. Down to third man. And suddenly the stands are beginning to empty. And pulled away for another boundary. In fact, he's picked it up so early that he's hit it just wide of mid-on. And he's blazed away again through the offside. And even though there's a man there in the deep, you can just watch the ball go into the fence. That was...
He'll be looking to come back for a second here. He will. That is a very, very good innings from Gary Kirsten. A century in each innings. You don't see that very often. Great effort from a top batsman. Wonderful milestone in the career. You can see how pleased he is. Anybody's pleased about any 100. The 2 in the same game. What a wonderful moment for this young man. Obviously, the whole of his team on their feet. Quite a lot of this already growing crowd.
Nice flight by Josie. A single here. Chance to run out of here. Stumbles and falls. And at the end of a brilliant century, thanks to some wonderfully athletic and acrobatic fielding, that I'm not sure whether the carrying of the gloves of Gary Kirsten caused him some problems. We'll have to wait and see, but everything fell apart. A disappointing end to what's been a sensational century. A very good piece of fielding of his own bowling for Josie, and Cullinan trying to steal a single hurts his mate.
To push into the colours. They've been doing this all the time. Off goes Kirsten. Just falls over. It's difficult to tell why he fell over. But the end of a wonderful innings. Only the 3rd South African ever to score 100 in each innings of a Test match. Gary Kirsten makes his way off the field for 133 in South Africa.
He looks for a single now. He's gone very short. He's going to put some pressure on Cronje, but he gets it. So congratulations to Darryl Cullinan. 100, his 2nd Test century. Tendulkar brought the men in, but Cronje responded to the call early, and there was no problem in the end. So the young man, a great sense of satisfaction. 256.
Is standing way down the leg side. And this is an easy dismissal. It's just popped straight back into the hands of Kumble. A very soft dismissal. And Hansi Cronje is out for a very well-played 34. He had a job to do. He had to get on with it. He's not happy at the tactics employed by Kumble, but he's entitled to do whatever he feels best to restrict the South African scoring, and Cronje has got out as a result of all those circumstances.
You're right, Trevor. This is a soft dismissal. Closing the face of the blade a little too early, getting the leading edge, and a simple catch to the bowler, Anil Kumble. South Africa lose their captain with 306 runs on the board.
So Brian McMillan is the new batsman with this dismissal of Hansi Cronje. Leading edge straight back to the bowler. We saw Mongia staying way down the leg side long before Kumble had bowled. Now, is he allowed to do that? Or does that mean that there are 3 men down the leg side
behind square leg. Of course, he's allowed to do that. The wicket-keeper, doesn't matter where he stands. He doesn't count as one of those behind square, but I'm sure it's a talking point amongst many folk. Going to employ any such strange tactics as Kumble. He bowls it short, and it's hammered away, and that's 4 runs square on the onside. Cullinan got onto that one very nicely indeed.
Looked as if he was expecting it. Short delivery here from Srinath. And even though it bounced, Cullinan in the end controlled it well and hit it in front of square.
It has been a splendid 100 by Darryl Cullinan, one which will give him no end of pleasure, and all of those who have faith in him. There again, this is swung away, and diving Azharuddin gets a hand to it, but he's not going to be able to prevent it from going for 4 runs. As fine as he was, Macmillan eventually got bat on ball and has got a boundary. And so he goes to 12.
Well, I guess it's just a matter of time before one goes down there, or at least the bat has got on it, and it goes for 4 to continue to bowl outside the leg stump. Something's got to hit something and get past the fielder at some stage.
So 12 from 27 balls, Macmillan. This will be his 13th as he knocks it to mid-wicket. Think of a second, but it's not there. Good fielding there by Dravid. And he's hit it in the air again. It's going to drop short. Bound a long off. It would be very sad if Cullinan was to get out under these circumstances. It really would be. 149, a splendid innings, approaching 6 hours at the wicket. And South Africa's lead 458. There's an LBW.
Oh, that hurried off the deck. Also called no ball by umpire Ramaswamy. Klusener looking for that extra pace. Take a look at this catch. See just how close it is to actually hitting the turf before it's scooped up by Darryl Cullinan. Brilliant. And look back now to that first session on the first day, if you can visualize, when a couple of edges fell almost in that area when the Indians were in the slips. And I think you realize the extra cutting edge that South Africa have through some excellent slip fielders.
Often that a wicket gets an Indian crowd all excited. I think it must be something to do with the local lad who's out there playing. They'll go demented if he hits a 4. It's always nice to see tremendous support for an individual in his hometown. It's a fair test average, early days yet.
He's at bat, he's got a walk. India lose wicket number 2. Lance Klusener is doing the trick for South Africa. This is a double blow.
Well. Perfect delivery. Crossed the left-hander. Might have left it when he looks back at it, but all he did was guide it to Richardson. South Africa overjoyed, especially that young man. My goodness me, what a test match this might turn out to be for Lance Klusener. India, 18 for 2.
So Sachin Tendulkar comes out to bat. So he just cut those pads on. Saurav Ganguly only lasting 4 balls, and India losing 2 wickets at the same score. 1 for 17, in fact, 2 for 18 now. There's a no ball in between. Poet laureate, Robin Jackman. Tendulkar just watches it go by. Great over from Lance Klusener. It's 18 for 2 here, India at the end of it. India losing the wickets of Man Mongia for 8. And young Saurav.
An appeal for attack, and he's gone. Up goes the finger, and Simcox has got the big fish. Sachin Tendulkar caught at forward short leg.
Well, he's done it again, Pat Simcox, saying that he has dismissed Tendulkar before. And now this is a huge blow for the Indians to dismiss their captain. Caught at short leg. This one must have turned and bounced. Off the bat, onto the pad. And well taken at short leg by Gary Kirsten. Aren't the South Africans delighted? That's the wicket they wanted. India lose the third wicket with just 27. Hitting the off stump and the bowls go. India lose their fourth wicket, 28 runs on the board and in deep trouble. A huge cheer for Mohammad Azharuddin. I suppose they live in some extraordinary hope that he will come out here and do something that probably will never be done in the history of cricket again, if he ever was to achieve it. But I think that man's more likely to get it right. You didn't see that, I don't think. Ravi, one of the crowd, had a big poster up saying, "Rain, please."
Great shot, Azharuddin. Gave himself some room. And he's not the type of player who want to be tied down.
He picks it up so early, gets into good position, nicely across, and hoists it over mid-wicket. So the first boundary of the morning for the former Indian captain. And this is whipped away again. Same place. Different shot, but it's 4 more. It was in the air, but again it was timed beautifully. Young Lance Lusner will soon learn that's one area you don't bowl to Mohammad Azharuddin. So Azharuddin plays it back to the square on the offside, and it goes for 4 anyway. Well, he struggled to bowl at Mohammad Azharuddin. This time it's short, outside the off. And that'll be 4 more. Again it was airborne. Diving in the gully, but to no avail. And the crowd on their feet. He wasn't in control of this shot. This was a pretty loose shot from Azharuddin. To be pretty casual there, luckily for him. It goes in the gap to the slips.
Robin Jackman and then Hashim Baldwin.
Mr. Trevor, will be Brian McMillan from the High Court end. And what a day we might be in for. Cut away by Robert. 4 more. So we have everything to look forward to here. South Africa very much in control of the game. But India, if they're to go down, they're going to go down fighting.
Rahul Dravid just reminding us there that there are 2 batsmen on the field. McMillan to Dravid.
Ball then. That was a very, very good ball. Squared up Dravid, off stump out of the ground. First blow for South Africa.
India 5 for 88. Can you hear the silence, Robin?
We call it a pin drop silence. Great effort from Rahul Dravid. McMillan the undoing. Yes, he just played down the wrong line there. Played inside it. The ball didn't straighten or anything. He's got the line wrong. But a patient innings from Rahul Dravid. He showed his class. I think he might be doing the job for a little longer yet. Up front, bowled by McMillan. India, 88.
Number 4 is very good bowling from him, and India slide further into misery at 92 ticks. Pretty harmless ball it was, actually, till Joshi decided to put back to ball.
Brian McMillan, the man with the hands like buckets. Big Mac and Lance Klusner claims his 4th victim. He said on interview yesterday he would love 5.
and caught. So the saga is over. Long Klusner wins this one on points. 5 wickets to Lance Klusner. That's what he said he wanted today. And Mohammad Azharuddin, a century of 15 seconds. Eminent catch of the game. Let's spare a thought here for game. Let's spare a thought for young Klusner. Fine that he dismisses, bring up that 5th wicket. Well done, young man. Well played, Mohammad Azharuddin. You entertained those at Eden Gardens wonderfully in both innings. India 97 for 7. Great shot. The ball went nearly towards the boundary.
This is a handsome shot from Srinath. He's hit it on the up. In fact, on Kumble. And this could go all the way to the fence. Yes, it does. He seems to be in pretty golf there.
Over this young man's done the job.
Click that away. This will go all the way to the fence.
Just a bit of a legacy, I think, of being a fraction tired last cruiser now, which is understandable. But you notice how easily this has helped on its way. Just flicked away by Srinath easily. And the way that a captain finds out about his bowlers is sometimes he has a quiet word to his wicketkeeper.
And it's Macmillan again. He doesn't miss many. He makes it look so easy, and Srinath's gone. And Klusner picking up his 6th wicket.
Well, you always know when there's a wicket at Eden Gardens, you can hear the pin drop. And if Brian McMillan, we've talked about his safe hands, he catches that. The deathly silence confirms the Indian wicket has fallen.
There's going to be a change in the commentary box. It's going to be Robin Jackman. And with him, Trevor Quirk. Ravi, and as you hand over, so over goes the leg stump. And Klusner gets number 7. What a performance by this young man. And ultimately getting the strike off the last ball, which wouldn't have pleased him because he's the better of the 2 players, but who cares anyway. Inside edge, back go the leg stump. So India, total collapse this morning, albeit some wonderful cricket from Mohammad Azharuddin earlier on.
Treatment and rest that very badly bruised heel, so that he's ready for the Boxing Day Test match against India at Kingsmead in Durban. Let's watch Klusner. He'll fancy his chances against the number 11 Helwani and picking up his 8th wicket. So he has got to do a very important job, and this is just the encouragement he needs for the 3rd and deciding Test match at Kanpur in the absence of Donald. And not sending for a replacement, the South Africans, so it's going to be up to Klusner and Fani de Villiers with support from Brian McMillan to do the job for South Africa, along with the spinners at Kanpur in the 3rd and deciding Test match. Now, can he finish with a remarkable 8-wicket haul? Oh, he does! He does indeed! A second ball to Helwani. He bowls a beauty of a Yorker, and that is it, and he deserves a stump if anybody does. Klusner has wrapped it up for South Africa. Incredible figures of 8 for Klusner, for 60 for the 13 by Hugh Tayfield against England at the Wonders, I think it was, in 1956-57, that he has picked up 8 in his first test. Alan Donald, I think, got 8 against Zimbabwe for 70-odd. But this has been an incredible debut performance by Klusner, made all the way from 14. Well, what a revelation.
I felt that they dug themselves into a little bit of a hole, and then the breakthrough came from Klusner, and the innings after Tendulkar was caught by Kirsten and of the bowling of Simcox.
But they only used 2 bowlers this morning. Brian McMillan taking the wicket of Dravid, but unlucky not to have taken another wicket when a catch went down in the 6th by young Derek Crooks. But Klusner, the man of the moment in terms of yesterday evening and this morning. 21 and a half overs, 8 for 64. It collapsed in the 2nd innings, and only Azruddin stands defiant during that time.
The man of the match to receive his trophy and 50,000 rupees is the man who scored 2 centuries in a test match, Gary Kirsten. Now Gary will receive his trophy from Mr. V. Lutra Dal.